Happy Boxing Day. Say hi, Humph.
Hi!
Humph's over there doing Lego. It is Boxing Day and a glorious... Stop it! A glorious Christmas day was had by all. This morning, because I got lots of lovely books for Christmas, how many of which were about Doctor Who? 2 of them. I've got the new An About Time and something else. Whopedia, whatever. So I've spent this morning finishing this, which I nearly finished on Christmas Eve, which is Romance of Crime by Gareth Roberts. This is my fourth Doctor story in this bizarre little celebration of Doctor Who that I've just taken upon myself.
You better not be rating the book because you know that's my job.
It's just my past Doctor one, matey. You don't have to worry about it. So this is the best Doctor Who book I've read since Alien Bodies by Lawrence Miles a few years back in the now legendary charity shop hall on the Isle of Wight, which we talk about in hushed terms. And one of the big discoveries of this little process, of the Whoathon, is me recognising just what an iconic pairing Tom and Lalla Ward were in terms of the show. Because, I just think that when you get to later Tom and the broadness of his performance and the Tom Baker show as it became, you needed the right companion. Romana too, darling. The broadness of that performance required a companion team to offset it, to cut it. I think Romana 2 and K9 did that brilliantly well. And Romana's a great character in her own right. And I think K9 really found his niche there as well. And the pair of them combined, K9 and Romana, really can offset Tom in the right story. And of course, as we discovered, or at least I felt we discovered, Creature from the Pit aside, the Collins family favourite, we should do a Creature from the Pit watch today for Mom.
Silly boy.
Creature from the Pit and City Death aside, the glory of that era of Doctor Who, and it was glorious, is sometimes undercut dramatically by the quality of the stories and whatnot. Now, what I would say is that this gets everything to sit neatly, in so much as, and kudos to Gareth Roberts for this, a person who is now held in mixed regard in Doctor Who fandom, but we shall move on from that. I feel a bit uncomfortable with some of the things that Gareth Roberts comes out with sometimes, but there we go. But can't deny, great writer, superb book. And what he's managed to do with this book is he's managed to lock the era. I mean, he perfectly captures Tom, Lalla and K9 and then throws them into a story worthy of that setup. Nobody's perfect. But, and we get a whodunit, which is we talk about a whodunit, or a whodunit type feel. It's got that sort of groove to it. But what the real mastery of this story is, because, in terms of a Doctor Who plot, it's got some neat ideas, but there's nothing but groundbreaking here. What he does is he throws into the mix characters who live very large in my memory. So in comparison to Dancing the Code, and I hope there's no implicit cultural, ignorance on my part here, but I can't pick out any of the characters from Dancing the Code now. There's the journalist woman and there's one particular one of the freedom fighters who's got a bit of charisma about him. All the rest blur into the background in that book. May have something to do with the fact that we've got an awful lot of unit going on and stuff like that. But in this, we've got Spigot, who's just hilarious. Angie and the Kids is a line that made me laugh every single time. Stokes is just fantastic. The Cray twin rip-offs, Zays and Pierpoint. And Margot seriously, every single one of the incidental characters in this book I've got in my head now. And I will be able to recall in a month or two's time, which, as I say, with the best one in the world, I can't honestly say is the case with any of the 3 last books I read. The Twilight of the Gods, what worked there is the mirroring of the 2 humanoid, at least, races. That works, and they stick in my head. And then the Venusians... Barbara's mate, I liked her in that book. This one, these characters live large. And they're broad, but they perfectly suit the era. So what a perfect little way to encapsulate all that was good about the Graham Williams era of Doctor Who in a superb little book. So there we go. Absolutely love that. No, you're not being annoying. It's all good, mate. It's Boxing Day. We can do what we want. It's all good. So, this, genuinely, highly recommended. If you can track down a copy of this, go and get this book, because it is proper read good. Smile for the thumbnail, And absolutely superb. I'm going to go and read I'm sure Sandifer's done a little review of this somewhere. I'll read that, which will be a bit weird because we all know how that relationship's gone, understandably so. Pop your head in then, boy. Say Happy Christmas. Thank you. And that's that. See you on the flip side for more Terror of the Vervoids. Chitty bye.